Here we have a DoSun Helium miner. You can get yours and save $10 in the link below from Fast Miners. And here we have our air quotes 10 dBi antenna that we purchased off Amazon. Do not copy this setting as you won't get results, but do buy this miner.
Nerdy dude stuff.
For those of you keeping track at home, today's beer of the day is brought to you by Fat Point Brewing out of Pinellas Park, Florida. This is called Pumpka Gorda Spiced Ale with Real Pumpkin. This is sitting at 5.7% alcohol by volume. This has a nice dark amber color, kind of what you want to see with your pumpkin beers, but it kind of tastes like a sour gone wrong. Not one of my preferred or ideal pumpkin ales, as it's just not as it. They say made with real pumpkin, but maybe that real pumpkin went bad. So I give it about a 2.5 out of 5, and I probably won't pick up another pack of this. Cheers to you guys. Bink! What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video about helium mining. For those of you first time here on the channel, please take a moment to consider subscribing, liking the video, maybe leaving a comment, but definitely cheers to you guys. Now, we have been helium mining for about a year now. If this is the first time you found my channel because you're getting into helium mining, or you just haven't found me in the past year, we did a lot of trial and error when it came to antennas and cables and placement and where to go. And we want to go back into actually a cable that we spent $40 on, not a cable, but an antenna that we spent $40 on, which we are now starting to actually make some returns on. Now, this was originally labeled as a 10 dBi off of Amazon, and it very clearly isn't a 10 dBi, it's a 3 dBi. So we currently have that set up here at my house. We are going to be bringing it to someone else's once we actually get good antennas and cables and proper antennas and cables in. But I'm going to look at and show you on screen the network. I kind of touched base on this on my live stream last week, but we touched base on the network and everything that I have set up, and it's actually kind of in a position now to where this scam antenna actually could be quite viable with the proper cabling. So with that said, let's jump over to the computer screen and just take a look. So first off, like I said, if you want to get one of these miners, they're super duper cheap. One of the cheapest options I've seen for the helium miners, and I'm actually really happy with it. And you could save yourself $10 if you go on over to fastminers.io using the link below and using the code NERDY to get your hands on one of these. So we're going to take a look at what adding this to my network plus that crappy antenna, which I couldn't find on Amazon to pull up on screen to show you anymore, but what that crappy antenna did for us. So the only catch and the only hitch in the situation is that helium is sitting at $6.71. So it's really nice to see our helium holdings continue to go up as we try to hold and accumulate, but at the same time we don't like seeing this number go down. So I'm really having a hard time differentiating the actual dollar amount versus the helium that I am holding, just because this is a passive income type scenario. I do actually need to cash out a little bit here and there just to stay ahead of some of the bills. So it'd be really nice to see if we can get this back to like our all-time highs. Let's see what the alls are here. Like our all-time high of $52.71. I thought we had like $60 at one point. Maybe that was just me, but I'm not even gonna be greedy and say I want to get all the way up to like $52, like down here in the $20 range, the $22. I'd be happy with $22. What do you guys think? Would $22 helium be pretty solid? I think so. So I'd like to see us get there at some point in time. But anyway, so let's go into my helium network. Wow, I'm already ahead of myself here. So this is my area, and we actually gonna move ourselves out real quick. We usually cover this on stream, so that's why I kind of wanted to do today's video. I wasn't going to do a stream today, kind of a lot of errands and not feeling too well, so it's a little easier to record versus stream. But this is our area, and back when we first started helium mining, we were only the 3 miners in the area. Actually, there was another 2 down over here in the corner, but it was my 3 and then the 2 down here. But now you can start seeing that we have to worry about things like transmit scale, which is why we have the coloration that you see here. And as you start zooming out, you can see that like areas in Florida have higher transmit scale, and we're starting to replicate that here on our area with some hexagons actually having multiple helium miners. So as of right now, we're sitting at, for our 6 helium miners that we currently have, we're sitting at 1.243 a day. When we back in the day we had 3 helium miners, and we were getting about 30 helium a month, or we were getting about 3 to 4 helium a day, if you guys remember some of that old content. Looking at the 7-day spread, 6.6. 12.9 over 14 days, and then over a 30-day time frame, we're looking at 23 helium. So I'm not overly in love with that numbers, especially since we've seen better. We were getting like 60 helium a month, and now we're only down to 23 in a month. So let's go look at our hotspots. So we've got, this is the new one right here, okay? This is our new one, Funny Mossy Baboon. This has got that 3 dBi antenna. You see it taped to my wall. Again, this is not ideal placement. If you forgot what it looked like, just go watch the beginning of the video. We've got Big Current Manta Ray that hasn't done crap in a few days, so we'll probably need to patch into that one, get over there, and have it rebooted. Soft Pink Dachshund, which is the other Mary IoT that you see sitting next to my, you saw in the very beginning sitting next to my Doosan miner. Furry Mango Mockingbird, which is just an idiot. It has never done anything for me. I wonder if it's proper, or because it was sent to me and it was a test unit for Mary IoT, but I don't think this is a USA miner because this has done nothing for me. And then we've got our two Mac Daddies, Sour Walnut Goat sitting at 0.5 and Brief Taupe Fox sitting at 0.44. So I'm overall happy with them. But the main thing is that we added Funny Mossy Baboon with a terrible placement, terrible settings, pretty much contradicting everything I talk about in the streams. And you could see here, with it only being attached to my wall, that we've actually got some decent activity. We've done 53 beacons in the past 7 days. We've done 10 witnessed within the past 3 days, and it looks like we are witnessing ourselves. Let's go to our witnessed, because we've got our Soft Pink Dachshund, which we're witnessing it, but it's not doing. Oh no, Soft Pink Dachshund's the one sitting next to it. So yeah, that's good. Then we've got Brief Taupe Fox, but we don't have Sour Walnut Goat or Big Current Manta Ray, which is interesting to see, as we are. Where is? Okay, so Sour Walnut Goat is sitting in this hexagon here, and we're not hitting it. So really interesting to see on that one, but let's go ahead and take a look at what we're looking at over the past week. I think we've had this bad boy up for a week. So today alone we're at 0.2, which is $1.39. We're sitting at 0.859 for the past 7 days. So I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's not the worst. I don't want to sound like a jackass, but I've talked to a few of you guys that have optimal placement and optimal settings, and these numbers, my numbers here with this crap, is much better than yours. I don't know why. I can never fully explain it. And you can see here within the 14-day scale, we started mining back on August 18th. It's currently August the 25th. So we've actually been mining for a full week. And then, of course, the 30 days is not going to change. So it's pretty solid. You can start seeing that the numbers start increasing. So the very first day after it got synced up to the blockchain, 0.038, then 0.1, then we got to 0.144, and then we kind of lingered. So it's been lingering above the network average, which is great. I'm happy to see that. Looks like we did have a down day, but then we had a great day at a quarter of a helium, and it looks like we're on track to do that again. So I am happy to see this. Let's see here. I am happy to see this, even though we're not in optimal placement, but I think I'm more happy with the fact that it's the Doosan miner, which is $179, and it's pumping out these kind of numbers. Let's see what we are looking at if you were to get one of them, or how long this is going to take us to, let's see, where'd it go? 179. Calculate. Okay, we're playing poker on this screen as well. So with just the crappy setup that we have without doing anything at all, we're sitting at 22.5 months to break even, which isn't too bad, especially for the fact that we have the world's crappiest setup and we only spent $180. Well, actually, we didn't spend it on this, but this was a hookup from Action Crypto, again, through with Fast Miners as well. So I really, really appreciate that. But if we were to have spent that $180, then we would be looking at a 22.5 month break-even point. And that is just with the ass settings that we currently have, which is nifty because we've already spent money on that cable. We've already spent money on that it said it was a 10 dBi antenna, but it's very clearly a 3 dBi antenna. And now we actually are getting some returns just by running this fun little experiment while we hang out before getting one of the big Mac Daddy antennas that we have on our, workhorse miners. So also, I think some of the successes of the miner, because I count this as a win. I count this as a success, even though it's only 1 helium in a week. Just with it just being, you can see in my hotspots here, like Soft Pink Dachshund doesn't really have anything at all going for it. We're gonna ignore its transmit scale, but it's just got its base 1.2 dBi antenna, and in the past 14 days, in the past 30 days, it's been mining. It's made itself 2 helium. So if we're already a week in, we're making 1 helium on that crappy little setup on my other one, then I'm totally okay with it. But the thing is, I think it's being a little more successful than originally when I was trying to use it when I first got into helium mining, is because the area has grown. So now, and even though I'm not as high as I possibly should be with it, if we were in like a skyscraper type situation or like a 3 or 4 story building type situation, I think the antenna would be a lot more successful with the mining. But it's kind of a decent 3 to a decent 4.0 like dBi area, and I think that's why we're seeing better results than when we first plugged this in about a year ago. So we're gonna hang out with it, let it go for a little bit longer. I mean, it's not really harming anyone while we wait to get one of our big Mac Daddy antennas, but it's also fun content because I can keep doing updates and see how the network's going. So the next steps that we're going to be doing is working on getting everything back to normal. I do want to find out how I could tell if Furry Mango Mockingbird, because I like its name, is because it's gotten no activity and it's got the green light and it's just not synced. So I don't know why. I have no idea why. It's not something I really have been dedicating myself to, because like I said, it was a test unit, and it might just be a European test unit, or maybe it's not. It's got the Bobcat default antenna to it, so I'll have to see what's going on with it. Maybe it just might be a dud. This one might be a lemon, so we'll have to see what's going on. I'd like to get my full network set up so that way everything's coming through. But and then I still of course have the SenseCap M2 that I got from Seed that I need to get going. But again, I went to install that and it said please contact the manufacturer of this, and I just didn't have the time to do it or the place to really deploy it. So yeah, that's about it. Anywho, that's going to do it for me today, guys. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to me in the link in the descriptions below, Telegram, Twitter, Discord. Leave a comment below, what have you. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell notification, all that good stuff. We'll see you. I'm O'Price. We'll see you next time. Let's do it right.